we call these myth stakes.
Okay.
Not mistakes, myths.
Myth stakes.
Because some of them is conventional wisdom. We always like to challenge the conventional wisdom, right?
Right.
Now, some of these are people are told to do, right?
Yeah.
And we're saying, no, that's bad advice. So it's a myth on some of these things. Just they're not true or they don't work. So if you're doing any of these, stop it immediately. Go back to your business and say, hey, timeout team, huddle.
Yeah.
We got to stop doing this. So number one, I know this is gonna make your head explode. Number one mistake that businesses make: marketing a business that does not operate well. Right? Quickest way to ruin your sales is invite people in, right? And have a train wreck. Have poor service, poor quality.
Okay. You're talking operations.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Operations. You're poorly operating. You're not, if it's a phone driven business, you're not getting back to people. You're not answering calls. It's going to voicemails, and it's just poor. I have a restaurant and retail background. You've got service background, and we both visit my businesses around here, and how many do we really are blown away by great operations? And what it is they'll market, they'll get something in the mail, go, hey, I want to try this place out, right? New place, new coupon or something. They got me in, but they don't get me coming back because it is a train wreck. You're waiting forever. Like in restaurants, I don't go to new restaurants after at least 6 months.
Right.
Because I know
let them get on track and get the right people, because a lot of times they're hiring a lot of people that don't even know what to do, how to do it.
Yeah. So if you're not operating well, which means you have to shop your own place, you have to get reviews, you have to get comments, you have to really be in touch. People say, I need to work on my business. Well, that's marketing, right? But you need to be in that business too, and making sure that it is flawless.
So from the outside standpoint, are you saying that you're a big fan of mystery shoppers?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, see, I got to tell you, I'm the opposite. Only because my experience with mystery shoppers as a retail manager was the mystery shoppers come in, and if they didn't like that employee, they gave us a bad review. So it didn't mean my operations was bad, but that reflected from a corporate level saying, wait a minute, you had a bad review. And that could detour you a little bit, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And it depends on what they're looking for. They got to be the shoppers have to be trained, because some of them are just, to your point, no help at all.
Yeah. Because they'll just hire
or they'll say, oh, everything was great.
No. So pick your mystery shoppers wisely.
But audits and have people call your business and try to do business with you, and just that's what we encourage people to have strangers so you got to be operating well, because if you run a marketing campaign, you get people to respond, and you're operating well, right? Well, that's ROI. Not only do you get the ROI on whatever they took you up on, but it's ROI in perpetuity.
Okay,
they come regulars. They use you regularly.
So you're saying part of the marketing program is to make sure your operations is implemented correctly before you start putting out the flyers, before you start inviting people to your business, before you start having mystery shoppers and stuff, and see what you need to enhance, which is a everyday thing. You've always got to continuously go forward with that.
There's this yearly coupon that comes to our house for a local restaurant. And I told my wife, let's go check it out. We haven't been there in a while, right? Filthy. It was a mess, slow. And I told my wife, this just reminded me why we don't come here.
Marketing
will never come here
your operations.
No, you can't.
Marketing can't fix
So make sure that you're operating well, because if you aren't, if you're operating well, you get the raving fans. Right? We talk about raving fans and referrals.
Right.
If you're not, you get what called raving foes.
Okay.
And that they're trashing you.
Yeah. So we talked about that in our last episode about how one negative comment can go 10 times plus. One positive takes a long time to implement. And so you don't want the negative flow.
Right. Exactly. So, and what we help operators is we bring a couple of our own concepts in about operations excellence. One's called autopilot operations excellence. And our class tells you it's just you push a button and everybody does what they need to be doing. It's on training and systems and processes, and we call it autopilot because everybody knows what the high standards are and they're executing at high levels.
And see, this is all interwoven with our last topic of hiring right. And making sure you hire the right, not just get a warm body, but you're hiring to match the job. That creates the retention and then you go into operations and marketing. And the operations is led by the retention of good employees, matching the position.
Right.
And then the tickle is the marketing to get them to come in. And now you still have to perform like a performer. You have to perform and make sure the operations is going well, so the marketing reflects it. Yes.
Right. Then your marketing works.
All right.
Yeah. So we talk about autopilot, operations excellence, and the other one we call shock and awe hospitality.
Shock and awe.
So those two only happen, right? If those two happen, everybody doing it's for any business, not just retail, restaurants, anyone that's providing autopilot operations excellence and shock and awe hospitality, meaning way going above, they are going to hook those customers. Right. They will create the raving fans and not the raving foes. So first mistake, if you're not operating well, I mean really well, don't market. You're just going to hurt yourself. You're going to tell more people how bad you are.
And it takes a long time to recover from you can market really well, get the best copy written. You can get the best advertising. You can, I call it target marketing. You can hit your flow of people. You don't want to target outside your range. You don't want to market outside where your target is. Target, and then you get your people that you want. And guess what? It all falls apart, just like you're saying.
Yep.